Um, I believe for this assignment, do you think sport build or provide opportunity to display character? I believe it displays character. Um, you can see that in a lot of sports that you watch for nowadays. The biggest person I look up to or notice that display character from the East Coast, because he's very famous in the East Coast, as a baseball player Cal Ripken. He had very good character. I know that there are games people would stay after the game, wait and get his autograph, and he would sign everyone's autograph that stayed, and that would take like a couple hours. Uh, and there was a story about that, and showing how loving Cal Ripken was to his fans, and showed you gotta love the game, be respectful. There's also people who show character in a bad way. For instance, last year's playoff game in the NFL with Cincinnati Bengals, Vontae's perfect. Because of him, they lost the game because he got emotional, and he's basically out there to hurt people. He has that kind of character. He tries to hurt everybody that he tries to hit, and he did a late hit, and that cost them. Um, that cost them the game, and that cost them their run to probably go to the Super Bowl. They had a pretty good team that year. Hopefully this year they'll be okay, even though I'm not a fan of Cincy. But that's another one that comes to my mind. Uh, you know, I've done the same thing as you see in the video. I would have loved to. I think I would want to, saying if there's anything that we could do, because they did get a home run. There's a competitiveness inside of everybody. But someone injured themselves. What are you gonna do? Um, just have them get that out, not get that extra run, a run that they deserve. So I would definitely do the same thing. Uh, even if I could do it now, playing a sport, if someone was injured, definitely help them, not just stand there and mind my own business for any reasons. I don't think that's right. You play the game for the love of the sport and just interacting with other people, even though that you want to be somewhat competitive and that you want to win. Number two, it says, how will you encourage character on your team in the athletic training or fitness room or in your classroom? In the classroom, as I teach, honestly, all the students, majority of them, about 85-90% of them, they have really great character. They are very respectful for one another. Um, the sixth graders, they don't know as much, but they do respect one another, saying, "Hey, good game" at the end of a game. I never told them to say "good game," but a lot of them do that. And it caught on. Everybody does it at the end. They shake each other's hands, give them a high five, and that's something I like to see. But then I tell the students, when they're playing a game, it's not about winning or losing. Winning, that's like a bonus. But in class, it's about learning how to play the sport and having fun with your classmates. Um, you know, it, all I want to see is you actively um, in class trying. And if you're trying and you enjoy it, if you enjoy playing, you are trying, um, and you're having fun. If you have bad character and you're just like, I don't want to do this, then you're not trying at all. So everybody in class, I see them all engaged in class, all doing what they want to do. Um, and so that's what I see, and that's how I always want to go with class. I also tell them that, hey, treat others how you want to be treated. That's what I tell to everybody. If you don't like um, if you don't like how you're being treated, you know, don't treat the same way you're being treated to somebody else. Treat somebody, hey, I want to be treated this way, so I'm going to act that way to somebody else. And I think that goes a long way. That's what I do to my students. I give them respect, hoping they give respect back to me. I do that with my colleagues. We have a great relationship. We talk with one another. So that's something we go with. We're working together. I think it's just our bond with one another, knowing each other, how we teach, is getting a lot better in my third year. So it's going great. So that's what I believe in, and that's what I portray in my class.